Hello my YouTube friends! I have a real treat for you today. For this video, I partnered with an amazing Twitch sports channel called ActionLab. So I'm gonna show you how to create a stream like theirs and also set it up and organize it in OBS so you can easily recreate it. And then I'm gonna bring Chris from ActionLab to talk about how to make it easy to prepare and create assets that you're gonna use on the show. Now this type of setup isn't just for sports streams. The format would work great for pop culture, political commentary streams, or just about any other type of stream that you would want to do. And that means you're going to want to stick around if you're looking to do anything outside of the box of game streaming, because you're definitely going to learn something new today. So you know what? Let's get to it! Likes and comments are super easy things that you can do to help push this video to a wider audience. So take a second down below and let me know how I'm doing. And if you're not subscribed, please do. It really does help me continue to make content that helps you. So thanks. Let's take a look at the ActionLab stream to see what they are doing that is so darn cool. First, we're gonna just look through the scenes and the movement between scenes, which is what really makes a stream like this work. So this is the starting soon screen. You can see it has a little chasing line that runs around stream is starting. You've got a really subtle movement in the background. This crawl at the bottom for their social media stuff is used on pretty much every page. It's just a very simple lower third that rotates through. I absolutely love how they have their full schedule here on the right so that their audience knows when they're going to be live and it's easy to find them. This is the perfect starting a stream page for a channel like this. It's really, really well done. Now, I'm not going to show you how to recreate this page, but if you are interested in me showing you how to recreate this page with the really subtle background movement and the chasing line and all that sort of stuff, well, let me know in the comments and we can probably make that happen. The next scene is this welcome scene right here. You can see that we have our social media crawl exactly the same down at the bottom. You'll notice that up at the top we have a banner with some text. That's a relatively common theme. And then the two cameras for each of the hosts. Then we also have a very subtle background. You can see that all the colors work. They're kind of the same. It's based on the same color palette. And that's really important to having a coherent stream that's going to look professional. I really like how their welcome screen and basically their discussion screen is laid out. So the next thing they do is flip into another scene, and I want you to watch how their cameras move. It is really cool and really fluid stuff. It works so well with a stream like this because it's so subtle. And this is a really simple screen where they just use a cell phone, and this allows them to introduce news and information in a vertical format, which is kind of what you're going to find on Twitter and other locations. Really, really smart way to integrate that sort of information into their live stream. This screen setup is an ingenious way to allow them to add portrait style content to their live stream, have it look natural and fun. It's a really, really ingenious way to do this. So I really do like it. So from here they're going to transition, and I want you to again watch how their cameras transition from one scene to the next. Really, really fluid, really smooth. It looks absolutely fantastic. And then you can see that that transfers into this. And this is the main screen for most of their content. And it works absolutely fantastic. And I want you to see that again. So we go here, we've got the headline down here at the bottom, transitions to the headline with an image on the right. And this is absolutely fantastic. People are going to notice the way this stuff moves around the screen. It works really well. Then we have a ticker down in the bottom left that gives the user information on ways that they can interact with the stream and of course with the hosts. In the bottom right we have the exact same crawl for social media stuff, reused over and over again. It's the exact same one. In this particular thing you've also got Chris and Scott, which is actually a banner that is reused in all kinds of different locations. So you're you're going to notice that each of these assets is completely separate, and that's how they can make the movement look so fun and easy as it goes along. It's absolutely fantastic, and I'm going to show you exactly how to set this up. Here I want you to notice how they transition from one topic to the next. It's very subtle, but it works really well. You also just have the same standard colors and background, which make everything look like it's professional. Just the way that they do all of these things, it's well thought out, but it's really simple for you to recreate, as I'm going to show you in just a couple of minutes. And as you can see, that transition basically fades from one headline and image to another headline and another image. I'm going to actually show you how to do that, but of course I'm also going to show you ways that you can configure this so that you have a little bit more variety. You don't always have to be on the exact same screen. You can transition from this view to another view with the exact same assets to give your stream a little more visual flair, and it's really easy to set up. But I absolutely love how they transition from one topic to another. It's seamless and a lot of fun. And last but not least, we have their stream wrap-up screen right here. You have the banner with the exact same look that says good night. You have the same crawler down at the bottom with the social media. On the right, you have all of their subscribers and members and all of that kind of stuff that just scroll up on the right as they close out the stream. This is such a great way to recognize the folks that help contribute to the stream, and I really do love this setup. And it's a pretty simple setup to create as well. Now let me show you how to recreate it and organize the stream. Now let's look really quickly at my recreation of their setup. You can see this is the start screen. I have the same subtle background movement in the back, albeit a little bit different. The same chasing line around the screen. Social media crawl, of course, because I'm not going to spend the time to put the social media stuff in there. And right up here you can see the countdown timer. They are using a actual script for that. If you don't know how to use these scripts, I've done videos on them in the past. It's right here. You put your timer in there and what you want on the screen after the timer is up. And of course, when this is done counting down, it'll say stream starting soon, and you'll be ready to switch scenes. I recreated the discussion scene. I don't have two people, so I just used two cameras. You can see their social media crawl would be down here, and their banner would be right here. Right here is the first setup, so you would have their title here, and the image here with their social media crawl and that banner once again, along with the scroll right here. And all of these are really simple things to set up. So I actually created a B graphic to all the A graphics. So this is the same, it would be the graphic they're already using, along with this title right here. As you can see, it is exactly the same. And then of course I set up the end screen right here with our title. This would be our crawl for our social media, and the end crawl with all the credits for all of the folks that watch the stream. So just as far as setup goes, I use these as placeholders, which would be replaced by images. But putting these placeholders in here makes it really easy to just right click here and go to properties, and then you just put your image in there that you've already created and you're all set. If you look here, this is really kind of difficult to move through and to use. There's a really simple way to set this up to make it easy to use. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna drag scenes up here, and we're gonna do it like this, and then I'm gonna right click on here and we're gonna go to grid mode. And now you can see that it's really easy to see we've got our starting soon and our discussion right here. But not only that, we have all of our associated slides. So this is slide 1 and slide 2. Obviously your show notes are gonna have to designate what those are, or you can rename them at each show. Then we've got slide 2 and slide 2B, and these just give you options for what screens you want to use. And then we have our close. And let's say you wanted 3 options instead of 2. Well, it's really simple just to stretch this out and it'll pop over and you'll have 3 options. So it could be slide 1, 2, and 3, or slide A, B, and C, that kind of stuff. It really makes it easy to organize your setup. But the main problem with my setup is, of course, it's just fading. It's not giving us any of that cool motion. Well, that motion is all done using the move transition. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna add a move transition, and if we just click OK, you're gonna see this already fixes a lot of things. So we've got our countdown timer. We can go right to our discussion. You can see the social media crawl transitions really easy from that. And from this point, we can go to any of our slides and all of our assets just transition from one to the other. It works really well. So we can go right from slide 1 to slide 2, and I don't really like how that is appearing because you can see those slides are popping in. We don't really want that. So let's see if we can fix that. We're gonna go into our transition properties, and basically accent 1 is turning into accent 2, graphic 1 is turning into graphic 2. So these are items that are appearing and disappearing. So instead of having them jump in from the center left, we're going to have none as the transition, and we're going to remove the zoom, and then we'll set the transition to a fade. And so we've changed that up for appearing items. We're going to do the same thing for disappearing items. We're going to uncheck the zoom, we're going to have the position as none, and then we're going to set it to fade. So now when we transition, all of these items that are appearing and disappearing are going to fade. So we can go from slide 1 directly to slide 2, and you'll just see those fade in and out. So basically what we can do is we can go from our discussion page right here, and maybe we want to start out with this one right here, and then we want to transition to this look right here, and then maybe we want to even transition during this one to this one, and then we can go right from that to this. So it gives us a lot of options as to how we want our stuff to transition, and then in the end we can go to the close. But you can see all of these transitions work to make this stream seem a lot more complicated than it is. You just saw I set up the entire movement for this stream in like 30 seconds. But the real struggle with a stream like this, whether you're doing sports or you're doing pop culture, you're doing politics, is going to be in the stream planning and the asset creation. Well, in order to figure that out, we're going to talk to somebody who does it all the time. We're going to talk to Chris from ActionLab. He's going to tell us how he goes about planning his streams, and of course, all of the asset creation for each week. So let's hear from Chris from ActionLab.
Hey, Michael, thanks for the opportunity to showcase what we do here in the ActionLab. Now, there are a lot of moving parts that go into this. So, with a sports stream, with any kind of stream that you guys are putting on, it takes a lot of planning. And, if you're able to plan your stream accordingly and get out ahead of each and every stream, I know it sounds like a lot, but it's totally worth the end product. To do some of these things, it takes planning out. All right, what do I want to talk about on my next show? What kind of current events are coming on? What I like to do is I like to look at everything that's going on in the sports world. So if there's an NFL draft, if there's NBA playoffs, if there's any kind of event that's happening, let's say, we have the NFL season kicking off like we do right now. I will go ahead and we'll plan out, all right, we want to do some sort of feature on this week's games. So we'll go ahead, we'll build out graphics, we'll make sure that we have all of our headings, everything that's all built out. A lot of the tools that I use are all free tools that you can always upgrade later on, but that's what makes this nice and easy and affordable. Obviously, not all streamers have the finances to go out and do some of the big things, but one thing I rely on more than anything else is Canva. If you haven't gotten a Canva account, go ahead and get a Canva account. They have a lot of tools that I utilize to build out some very nice and well-rounded graphics for each and every single one of our streams. Now, you'll take a look at these. These are very eye-catching. This is something you'll want to have when you're building out your stream and people are coming and looking for various streams and they see that these are nice polished graphics. These are things that catch people's eye in those browse pages on Twitch. Also, I have all my headings that I use for all of our different scenes that we build out. Finally, we have different features. Let's say we have NHL playoffs or NBA playoffs going on, head-to-head matchups. We'll have those all here in this. Now, we also have music on our stream. Music is a big thing of what we do in the background. I highly recommend Stream Beats. Stream Beats is a great resource for us. For example, we come in here, you'll hear some of the music going on in the background right now. All of this is downloadable through Stream Beats, and it is copyright-free music. That's a huge, huge deal. So make sure you guys are using copyright-free music. But once you take all of these assets, you're planning, hey, we want to talk about some matchups coming up. Hey, we want to get some music put in there and make it, background nice and smooth when it comes to what we're talking about and get people, that get rid of the silence. And then also, just having a set plan for everything that we have, it all makes the difference, and it all makes your stream that much more polished here. You'll notice we have our features, we have our slideshow transitions here, we have our titles that we all built out, we have our people can identify both Scott and myself, and you know, it just makes for nice planned shows. So you can have a lot of success in building out your first sports channel that maybe you have been looking to do for a long time. Maybe you're a sports fanatic and you really love doing sports commentary. You talk sports with your friends, talking sports with your family at family reunions or Thanksgiving or whatever it may be. This is a great way to apply that into something maybe you're passionate about, and that's streaming. So with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed a lot of this commentary, and I hope you guys really take some of these tips that Michael has put together, some of the things that I've shared here in this video, and go ahead, get out there. Good luck with your streams, and we can't wait to see you all over Twitch, YouTube, or wherever you do your streaming.
Big thanks to Chris for sharing his knowledge today. You can check out their streams for yourself. There's links in the description to Twitch and YouTube. What sort of streams are you trying to put together? Let me know in the comments. Now, if you want to see how to install and use the Move Transition plugin I use in this video, you should check this video out. Big thanks to the sponsors that support this channel. You can find their links down below in the description under the heading Sponsors. I couldn't possibly do this without them or you. So thanks. And if you're always looking for tools, tips, and tricks that can help make you a better live streamer or YouTuber, subscribe to the channel. My name is Michael Feyrer Jr. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great day, and I'll see you in the next one.